All right, this is my review for Blue Moon with Ethan Hawke, Margot Qualley, and a lot of other cool actors. Um, this movie was sweet. It was a very sweet, unexpected, warm movie. I didn't know anything that it was about. I saw the poster and I thought it looked interesting, and I said I'm gonna go check it out, and I'm glad I did. This movie is about a songwriter, and it's about a songwriter, and it's about an alcoholic, romantic, hopeless romantic songwriter, and it just basically shows the last few months of his life, or one night, basically one night in his life, basically, and it all takes place in one bar, and this is like the opening of Oklahoma, the musical Oklahoma. And here's the thing: I love musicals. I've never seen Oklahoma. Now I'm definitely gonna see Oklahoma, because this movie should be just called After Oklahoma. Honestly, that would be a great title if they wanted to name that, because the whole thing is about the songwriter coming to grips with the fact that the songwriter he used to write songs with for many years. His first play or musical he writes right after they were together for so many years is a hit, and he doesn't really like it. He's not really into how it actually is. But I love it because this movie just kind of shows like how much when you love something, especially art, or if you're a creative person, like sometimes you can love something so much that you can almost strangle it. You know what I mean? And he has almost every opportunity kind of like not given to him. He's very talented, but the point is like he has a problem with alcohol. So that it does show in the beginning of the film like, oh, he doesn't have a problem. He just likes alcohol. But then as the film goes, you see that there may be a bit of a problem at some point. But it does show when he's talking to his old colleague who wrote Oklahoma, and he's talking to him, and he's basically bringing up stories of the past, how he had to get him out of his room to finish the song and different things like that. But he's very talented, but he just has this, he has this thing that has a grip on him. But the point is, like, I love it. I love the way they did it, because this whole film takes place in one bar, in one location. And it's thrilling. They're just talking. There's no action. It's just the action is the words. Like the writing is so well done. Like I was like giggling and like laughing, and I was mesmerized and like entranced by this film, because like the way the script is so well done. Like the words, everything was just like so effortlessly, and everything flew so effortlessly. If everyone's talking, like it just felt real. And then Ethan Hawke just transforms into this character, and it was a beautiful film, and it made me want to learn more. And like I said, I'm definitely gonna check out Oklahoma for sure. But I think anyone who just likes, like, I think if you like these actors, you'll like the movie. But also, the movie doesn't feel like it's a short movie, and it feels like you're just on this journey with this guy. But it does something in the beginning that, like, sometimes I don't like when movies do this, but it does something where it shows you the end of the character, and then it basically shows you their life, and you already know the ending. But the point is, sometimes I don't like it, but I kind of do like it, because it's like, obviously we all know we're gonna perish, but the point is like the journey, you know what I mean? And that journey of this one night in his life that they portray was so interesting, and just a beautiful look at hopefully him as a person, or him as a creative, and just how he thinks about art. And I think that was articulated very well, and I did enjoy it. Just as someone who just loves the arts, who just loves so much things, and like I said, just how you could love something so much you could almost be strangling. And like he has all these ideas that he wants to do. He's talking to his partner and different things like that, who just wrote Oklahoma. He's just like, it's like he's almost obsessive, but you have to be sometimes when you create. But it's just almost to a fault with him a little bit. Like he's getting the answers he deserves. Like his partner's telling him, it's like, yeah, go write it, and we're gonna, like he's basically getting the answer he's craving. But then it's like he's still crumbling the opportunity as it's right in front of him. But yeah, and then also he's so infatuated with this 20-year-old Margaret Qualley, and it's like I like that part of the story, because it brings in like that hopeless romantic aspect of life, and just if you sometimes the heart wants what it wants, you know what I mean? He's like obviously an older guy, and it's just like he's explaining it to people, and he's talking to them about it, and she's telling him about her boyfriends, and like it's just interesting the way the story goes, because I like it, because there's a point where he's talking to someone else about like the real stories. If you're like this guy who wants to be a screenwriter, or he wants to be a playwright, he's like, look, the real story isn't about love. It's about friendships. That's what a real betrayal is, you know what I mean? And like, there's a lot on this guy's shoulders that he's holding through the movie. Like, he has like a bit of a chip because of this musical that just popped off, and you know, it's just like there's certain things. But I love the way the script goes. It goes in a lot of, and I just like the way it flows. And I think it's the actors are awesome, but then the script is written so masterfully. I really do. I feel like the script is masterful, and like I said, I was charmed the whole way through. Like, tell me how I'm watching this. It felt like a play because they're in a bar, one location, the whole film, and I was like entranced the whole time. Like, they may go to the bathroom or something, but the whole place is in one bar. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with it, and I supposedly, I think this is only in the film and only in the theater for about a week. So I mean, if you do enjoy just like different films, you just want something different, but you want great performances, you want something short and sweet, and you like these actors, and you like art, and you like creativity, I would say definitely check it out, because I learned a lot from this. There were people in the audience who were laughing, and I was laughing too, but there were people who definitely seen Oklahoma. I've never seen it, so they were laughing at certain jokes a little harder than I was, but it was still funny the way he talked about certain things in plays, which I could understand. But I definitely am going to check out Oklahoma for sure. But yeah, last thing I'll say is that the budget, I'm very curious. I need to look up the budget. I'm not gonna look it up now. I'm just kind of curious, but the budget shouldn't be more than like either 9 or 20 million. The only reason I say 20 is because it's one location, but also the actors these are great actors. You got to pay them. They shot beautifully. Everything is beautiful. Everything is to the highest level. So I'm sure maybe 20 million, like in today's Hollywood standards, maybe it has to be 20 million, but I feel like they could have shot this for 9 million. If it's more than 20 million or 9 million, if it's more than 9 million, I understand that a little bit. But if it's more than 20 million, then it's definitely just the actors that are like, all right, we got to pay these actors really good. But everything was amazing. I recommend it. Check it out if you like. One last thing I'm trying to figure out, Margot Qualley. She was electrifying. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say she was electrifying. It's not that she wasn't electrifying. It's just she didn't have too much to do in this film. But all she really had to do was just be. She's just a beautiful woman, and she has like this, I guess that she is electrifying. She has this thing about her. When you just see her, you just kind of feel like, you're like, wow. Like, she has a stunning beauty. She has like a stunning natural beauty is what I would say. So I think that's why I'm saying electrifying. And it's interesting because that's how the songwriter feels about her. He sees her and he's like infatuated, but he also loves that she's a poet. He loves a lot of things. He loves the art about her, but he also loves the 20-year-old of her. You know, that she's just like this new flower, and he's like, you know, in his late 40s. Like, there's a lot of reasons why he's drawn to her. But in a way it's beautiful because it's just like it's like, even though I'm not gonna spoil anything, but all I'm saying is that sometimes love is not reciprocated, but you feel something for someone. But the point is, people can have an effect on you that can wake up something. It can bring a heat up inside your body. It can reignite something. And I think that's a beautiful, when you meet someone and it's like you can't control it, but you fall, or you remember what it feels like to have that crush. And I think that's a very beautiful feeling. And you only get that a few times in life if you're lucky, where you meet someone and you just feel like, oh, or you might be super hopeless or romantic, and it happens to you every week, and you're like, oh my God, I love this person, I love this person, I love this person. And you know, sometimes that's certain people, but the point is, I like that idea of him just, he's on the he's towards the end of his life, and he's meeting someone who's bringing up a beginning of life, a beginning of creativity and passion. Even the story he's thinking about writing, his new musical he's thinking about writing, is because he has this passion that's built up from this meeting this 20-year-oldness. It's inspiring him in a lot of different ways. But I do like the way that this film expressed art and the way he thought about it, and it makes me definitely want to do some research on these characters, because they're based on real characters in real life. You know, so yeah. But if you take anything away from this review, check it out. It's great performances. If you like, only in the theater for 1 week, so just want to throw this out there. And my name is Dejor. Know the name. It's Dejor. Know the name. Spread love and light. And this has been Blue Moon Review.